All right, here are the answers to page 299. Check your answers, then we'll go through them. All right, so the first, number 10. When we have fractional equations like this, we normally want to clear the fraction. And that means to multiply every term by the LCD of all the fractions. So the LCD here is 30. So I want to multiply everything by 30. So I'll have 30 times x over 6 minus 30 times, again, x plus 3 over 5 equals 30 times 1. Don't forget to multiply the whole numbers also. Everything gets multiplied by 30. Now I'll simplify each one. 30 over 6 gives me a 5 on top, so that's 5x. 30 over 5 gives me a 6 on top, so that's negative 6 times parentheses x plus 3. It's very important that you have parentheses here to distribute, equals 30. So I have 5x minus 6x minus 18 equals 30. Negative x minus 18 equals 30. Negative x equals 48 if I add 18. So then x equals negative 48. Number 3, a couple things you can do here. I would recommend adding this entire term to both sides. You don't have to do that. You could also multiply everything by 8 to start, but this makes it a little easier. So I have 3m minus 7 over 8 equals 3m. And now it's like a proportion, right? So I can just do cross products. So I have 3m minus 7 equals 24m. I can subtract the 3m from both sides. So I get negative 7 equals 21m. Divide both sides by 21. So m equals, if I simplify, negative 1/3. All right, this one, I don't recommend distributing first. So what I would do here is, again, I need the LCD, 3 and 6. The LCD of 3 and 6 is 6. So I'm going to multiply each term by 6. And keep in mind, before you distribute, treat this entire thing as one term. So I have 6 times 1 equals 6 times 1/3 times x plus 6 minus 6 times 1/6 times 9 minus x. And now simplify each one. So this is 6. 6 times 1/3 is 2. So I have 2 times x plus 6 minus, this is giving me a 1 in front, so minus 1 if you want, times 9 minus x. Notice the things inside the parentheses didn't change because I have not yet distributed. So now I have 6 equals 2x plus 12 minus 9 plus x. So I have 6 equals 3x plus 3. Subtract the 3 from both sides. We have 3 equals 3x, and divide by 3, x equals 1. Okay, this one, similar to the last one, the LCD is 12. So I'm going to multiply each term by 12, everything in the problem by 12. So I have 12 times 3/4 times x minus 2 minus 12 times 2/3 times x minus 1/2 equals 12 times x plus 1 in parentheses over 2. And now simplify each one. Here we get a 3 on top, so that's 9 times x minus 2 minus, here we get a 4 on top, so that's 8 times x minus 1/2 equals, here we get a 6 on top, 6 times x plus 1. So I have 9x minus 18 minus 8x plus 4 equals 6x plus 6. So we have x minus 14 equals 6x plus 6. I can subtract the x from both sides, and I can subtract 6 from both sides. So I'm left with negative 20 equals 5x, so x equals negative 4. All right, now we have 2 word problems to do. The lengths of the sides of a triangle are consecutive integers. So if we have some triangle, the sides are consecutive integers. So if x, x plus 1, and x plus 2. So those are our 3 sides. Half the perimeter is 14 more than the length of the longest side. So the perimeter is the distance around a shape. So we have x plus 1 plus x plus 2. So the perimeter is 3x plus 3. And now we can write our equation. Half of the perimeter is 14 more than the longest side. X plus 2 is the longest side. And now I can substitute 1/2 of the perimeter. But the perimeter I have right here is 3x plus 3 equals, if I simplify, x plus 16. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So that will give me, again, the whole side by 2. This will just give me 3x plus 3. And this side will give me 2x plus 32. I can subtract the 2x and subtract the 3. So we get 1x equals 29. So x is 29, but the question says find the perimeter. So we can either plug 29 back in here or find the three sides and add them together. Doesn't matter. So 29, 30, and 31. The perimeter is 90. And finally, 14. 2/3 of a pile of coins are nickels, 1/4 are dimes, and the rest are quarters. The total value is 475. How many of each? So let's use a chart. Nickels, dimes, and quarters. So we have the number of coins, cents per coin, and the total cents. So in this problem, these last three boxes are going to add up to be 475, because that's the total amount. We know these. This is 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. Now, let's call the entire pile x. So the whole pile is x. So the number of nickels, that's 2/3 of the whole pile. So 2/3 x. Dimes are 1/4 of the whole pile. So it's 1/4 of x. Now quarters, we're going to see what's left over. So if you have 2/3 plus 1/4, that's going to be in twelfths. 3/12, 8/12. So that's 11/12 already for nickels and dimes, which only leaves us with 1/12 remaining to get the full pile. So this 1/12 of the pile is quarters, so that's 1/12 of x. Now I multiply across, so 2/3 x times 5, that's 10/3 x. 1/4 x times 10, that's 10/4, which is 5/2 x. And then 1/12 x times 25 is 25/12 x. So now we have this equation. We have 10/3 x plus 5/2 x plus 25/12 x equals 475. Now I could get a common denominator and add them all together, but I can also multiply everything by 12, which is the LCD. So I multiply everything by 12. So 10/3 times 12, that's 40 x, plus 5/2 x times 12, that's 30 x, plus 25/12 times 12, that's 25 x. And don't forget, 475 times 12, that's 5,700. So this total is 95x equals 5,700. Divide, and x equals 60. Now I'm just going to plug it in to see how much of each I have. 2/3 of 60 is 40. So I have 40 nickels. 1/4 of 60 is 15. So I have 15 dimes. And 1/12 of 60 is 5. So that's how many of each I have.